Children, welcome back. Today we will be studying 7th Science, 3rd chapter, Properties of Natural Resources. A natural resources is what people can use which comes from the nature, natural environment. Example of natural resources are air, water, soil, wood, oil, iron ores, petroleum, etc. But we will be studying about three natural resources in this chapter, their properties and uses. They are properties of air, properties of water, properties of soil. We will be studying about properties of air. Air is all around us. We cannot see it, yet we feel the presence of air. When we inhale, air is taken in through the nose. If we blow on our hand through our lips, we can feel the air. To study the property of air, let us do one small activity. Take a stick from a broom or a paper or plastic straw. Tie a thread at its center and hang it so that it remains horizontal. Now, tie two rubber balloons of the same size at the two ends of the stick. See to it that the stick remains horizontal. Now, remove one balloon, inflate it. Inflate means blow it with the air and tie it again at its original position. Does the stick remain horizontal? The stick goes down on the side of the inflated balloon. This means that air has weight. Air is a mixture of gases. Therefore, like all other matter, it has mass and weight. Let us do second activity. Take an injection syringe. You all must be knowing the syringe which the doctor uses, and people don't like to take it without the needle. Pull its piston and observe it, and you do so. The piston can be pulled out easily. The piston then remains in that position even if you let it go. Now, close the inlet. Inlet means the small hole which is given in the front, pointed like, which is shown in the figure of the syringe tightly with your thumb. Now try to pull the piston and let it go. Is the force required to pull out the piston? What do people think? More or less than before? Does the piston remains as it is after you let it go? Children, the molecules of the gases in the air are in constant motion. When these molecules strike a body, they create pressure on that body. This is the pressure of air that we called atmospheric pressure. On pulling the piston with the inlet hole of the syringe closed, more space becomes available to the air in the syringe. As it becomes rarefied, means there is more space available. As a result, the pressure of the air in the syringe is lowered. Comparatively, the pressure of the outside air is very high. That is why when the pulled out piston is released, it is immediately pushed in. This experiment is repeated holding the series in different position like vertical, horizontal or inclined. The piston is found to go into the same extent in all the cases. From this we can infer that atmospheric pressure is the same in all the directions. You can try at home if you have such piston, because when you try it then only you will know it better. Next we move on to great scientist Daniel Bernoulli. In 1726, the Swedish scientist Daniel Bernoulli put forth the important principle that the pressure of air decreases when its velocity means the position, change of position, increases while the pressure of air increases when its velocity decreases. If a body is moving through air, the air pressure decreases perpendicular to the direction of the motion, and then the air in this surroundings flows rapidly from higher pressure to the lower pressure. Next, we will see the effect of air pressure. Take some water in a plastic cup and hold a straw upright in it. It's shown in the picture. Hold a small piece of another straw near the upper end of the first straw and perpendicular to that straw. Now blow hard through the small piece of straw. You will see a fountain of water. So you can see in the picture in the center a fountain of water. Now why did this happen? Answer. On blowing through the straw, the air at its open end is pushed away and hence the pressure of the air at the opening goes down. As the pressure of the air near the upper end of the erect straw becomes less than atmospheric pressure, the water in the cup is pushed from where the pressure is higher to where it is lower. That is in the upward direction, and the water comes out in the form of a fountain. You can see in the picture. The more forcefully you blow, the higher you will be seeing the fountain. This straw fountain works on Bernoulli's principle. Next is winds. Air flows from the place of higher pressure to the place of lower pressure. When there exists a difference in the air pressure at two different places, the air starts blowing from the place of higher pressure to the pressure of lower pressure. At such time, we feel a breeze or a wind blowing. Thus, wind are an effect of the difference in air pressure. You will learn more about this in this lesson called winds in geography. Now we will do next activity. Take ice cube in a glass up to 3/4 of its height. Now observe what happens. How did the water droplets appear on the outside of the glass? When you put the ice cubes, you will see the outer side there are water droplets. This is due to the ice cubes in the glass. The air surrounding the glass cools down. As the water vapor in this air cools down, it condenses and get transformed into water. It is this water that collects on the outer surface of the glass. Condenses means you must have seen if your mother cooks and she keeps a lid on the vessel. You see the little droplets on that lid. That is condenses. The level of humidity is the moisture content in the air. It's different in different places. Similarly, the humidity level also changes from time to time during the period of a single day. The level of humidity of the air is determined by its capacity to hold water vapor. During the night or at dawn, that is a very early morning, when the temperature of air is low, its capacity to hold the vapor is less. At such time, the excess vapor is transferred into water droplets. This is what we call dew. Dew you must have seen mostly in the winter, early morning, on the glasses of the car, small droplets. In the afternoon, when the temperature of the air is high, the capacity of the air to hold the moisture also increases. Then, compared to its full capacity to hold water, the proportion of moisture in the air is less and we feel that the air is dry. The proportion of water vapor in the air is higher during the monsoon and in coastal areas. Coastal areas means the areas near the seashore. As a result, we feel the dampness of humidity. In summer, wet clothes dries quickly, but in the rain, they do not. Why this is so? Now we'll do one more activity. Dip an uncorked inverted empty bottle in a slanting position into the water in a wide container. So you can see in the picture, a bottle is dipped inside and the top cover is removed. What do you observe? Yes, what do you observe? We observe the air bubbles. What change takes place in a balloon on filling air in it? When you blow a balloon, what change you see? It inflates, that means it becomes big. We come to know from the above activities that air has properties like occupying space, having a certain volume, having mass and weight. Air is a mixture of very fine particles of some gaseous, dust, smoke and moisture. When rays of light fall on these minute particles, the particles spread the light in all the directions. This natural phenomena is called scattering of light. Scattering means it gets spreads out. Next, we will be studying temperature regulation. The earth receives energy from the sun. This energy is reflected by the earth in the form of heat. The constituents of air surrounding the earth such as water vapor, carbon dioxide absorbs a part of this heat and give it to the other constituent of air. As a result, the earth's surface remains warm and thereby becomes suitable for the living world on the earth. If there will be no air on the earth, the average temperature of the earth's surface would have been very low. It would have been very difficult for human beings and other living organisms to live in such environment. Next is transmission of sound. All the sounds that we hear reach us through the surrounding air. The density of air also changes due to change in its temperature. In winter, the density of the air increases. We can hear the whistle of a distant train clearly early in the morning. In winter, it must have happened with you also. Morning, you must be getting ready for the school and you must have heard the train whistle as it is very silent in the morning, especially in the winter. Air is useful as a medium for the transmission of sound. About properties of water. We all know how important water is in our life. There are three states of water: solid, liquid and gaseous. Water occurs in liquid state under ordinary condition. Water is a liquid substance which is in a fluid form. Water does not have its own shape but has a volume. It can pass through small holes or seep through very small gaps or cracks. So you can see in the picture how water is coming out from that small holes of the balloon. Now we will be doing some activity on pouring water in an oil-cladded dish. Water does not spread but forms small round drop. Now take a plastic bottle more than half full of water. Mark the water level on the bottle. Keep this bottle upright in the freezer for making it ice. Now open the freezer after a couple of hours and observe. You will see that the water has changed into ice. Now the level of the ice. Note the level of the ice. You will find that the ice level is higher than the water level before freezing. What can you infer from this? As water freezes to form ice, it expands and its volume increases on freezing. So you can see in the picture, the volume increases when it freezes. Now next activity, take a bucket of water, drop many different kinds of articles in it. Make separate list of the articles which sinks in the water and those that float on it. Take some water in a pot and add a few pieces of ice on it. Now observe what happens. What do you see? The ice floats on water. Ice is lighter than water. When water freezes to form ice, it becomes lighter than the original liquid. When water freezes, that is, when it transforms into solid states, its volume increases. Therefore, the density of ice is less than that of water. That is why the ice floats on water. Density of water. What do you mean by density? Now, density of water. What do you mean by density? The interrelation between the volume and mass of a substance. That is, the space occupied by a substance is its volume. The store of matter in a substance is its mass. Its weight is a mass. The formula for density is density equals to mass upon volume. Mass is measured in grams and volume in cubic centimeter. Hence, the formula for density equals to gram per cubic centimeter. Hence, G upon cc is the unit of density. About anomalous behavior of water. Usually, when the temperature of a substance is lowered, its density increases as the volume decreases. But water is an exception to this rule. Anomalous means something different. Now we will do an activity. Keep a glass full of water in the freezer for 5 to 10 minutes. Then take it out and observe it carefully. From which part in the glass does the water first starts freezing? Yes, the topmost layer. The density of water is peculiar, that means strange. When water at normal temperature starts cooling, its density increases like that of most liquid. However, its temperature falls below 4 degrees Celsius, its density starts decreasing. This means that the density of water is maximum at 4 degrees Celsius. If the temperature of water is lowered below 4 degrees Celsius, its density decreases and volume increases. It means that water expands when the temperature falls below 4 degrees Celsius. This is called the anomalous behavior of water. But the density of sea water is more, so it is very easy to swim in that water. Children, have you heard about Dead Sea? The salinity of Dead Sea is very high, and so we can float on that sea. See, as you can see in the picture, how the girls are floating on it. And so it is named as a Dead Sea. Dead Sea means none of the aquatic animal remains alive. Now why they don't remain alive? Because of the salt content is very high in that. Uses of water according to its properties. Water is useful for transportation due to its fluidity. Fluidity means they flow very easily. Water falling down from a height is used to generate electricity with the help of a generator. Second point, water is a good coolant and it is used in motor vehicles to control the temperature of the engine. Third use of water, many substances are soluble in water. Water is a universal solvent. Water is called as a universal solvent. That means almost everything dissolves in water. Water is used as a solvent in factories, laboratories, foodstuffs, and in various types of biological processes occurring in the body, such as digestion, excretion, etc. And that's why we keep on telling you now that drink more and more water. It's good for your body, for your digestion. Fourth point, water is useful for cleaning purposes such as for bathing, washing clothes, etc. Properties of soil. We know how soil is useful to us because plant grows in soil and we need plants for our living. Color is an important property of soil. The soil gets its color as a result of several processes. The color of the soil near land surface is darker than the color of the lower layers. Soil may be of different colors such as black, red, copper, yellow, grey, as you can see in the picture. The colors of soil are useful for its classification. Besides, they are indirectly useful in indicating several properties of the land. In this way, the proportion of the soil such as its fertility is in high quality, drainage of water, capacity to hold water becomes clear from its color. The color of the soil depends upon its texture and its organic ingredients as well as on chemical ingredients like iron, lime. Let's do an activity. Take 3 measuring cylinders, 3 glass funnels, filter, paper, water, fine sand, coarse is a rough, sand, soil from an earthen pot used for growing plants, etc. That was the apparatus. Now procedure: fit cones of the filter paper in the 3 glass funnels. Fill the cones with equal quantities of sand A and B, sandy soil, and C, clay respectively. Place the funnel on the measuring cylinders. Pour 1 test tube of water into each of the funnels and observe how much water is collected in each measuring cylinder.
Let us study about the
Soil. Soil texture. Soil contains particles of different sizes. The texture of the soil is determined by the properties of particles of the various sizes in it. Following are the types of soil on the basis of its texture. Sandy soil. The proportion of sand, that is, large particles, is high in sandy soil. Water drains rapidly through sandy soil. It is easy to plough this soil, but it is less fertile, so that plants will not grow much in this. This is because the particles of sandy soils are made up of the minerals called silicon dioxide. These particles do not dissolve in water, and therefore the soil has very little capacity to supply nutrition. And because less nutrition, there will be less plants grown in this sandy soil. Just observe in the picture how it is, the sandy soil. Next is the slit soil. The particles of slit soil are of medium size. Slit means like a granule form. Slit soil is not as plowable as sandy soil. However, it is much more plowable than clay soil. This soil contains a large proportion of organic materials. Its capacity to supply nutrition is much greater. Slit soil is also called as sedimentary soil. So you can see in the picture. Next is clay soil. In this soil, the proportion of small particles is maximum. The particles of clay soil feel smooth to touch. When you touch it, they are very soft. Clay soil has a higher water holding capacity. So you can see in the picture. Next is soil structure. The structure of soil depends upon the different shape of the particles in it. Soil occurs in the form of columnar, laminar, granule, as well as block-shaped structure. Lamina. So you can see in the picture, laminar, columnar, see the picture, and granular in the fine granule shape, and block shapes. You can see how blocks are there in that way. Importance of soil structure. The fertility of soil depends upon soil structure. The advantages of good soil structure are as follow. First one, roots get a sufficient supply of oxygen. Second, water drainage is good. Therefore, the roots of plants grow well. Uses of soil. Plant of soil. Soil is used for many purposes. First point, plant conservation. It helps for plant growing. Second, water conservation. Soil holds water as a result by means of bunds and lakes. We can get water from this throughout the year. Plasticity. Soil can be given any required shape. This property of soil is called plasticity. Because of its plasticity, we can use it to make articles of a variety of shapes. These articles can be baked to make them hard. Water storage, earthen pots, earthen laps, idols, bricks, etc. the articles made from soil. See, you can see in the picture. Next we'll be studying some useful types of soil. China clay. It is a white in color. It is used to make crockery, bathroom tiles, tanks, laboratory apparatus, masks, jars, etc. The second type of soil is where it has been used is the Sadhu soil. It is whitest in color. It is used for making statues and idols. For Ganpati, Ganesha also we make use of this Sadhu soil. Next is the terracotta soil. This soil is red in color. Decorative articles and pots are used for growing plants are made from this soil. Next is the Multani soil. This is used in the cosmetics. Testing. The proportion of the various ingredients of soil can be determined by soil testing. During soil testing, the soil is examined for color, texture, and the proportion of organic matter in it. Soil is tested to find out if there is a deficiency of any ingredients and to decide what measures should be taken to remove the deficiency. The soil samples collected for testing is dried in an open space in the shade for 8 to 10 days. It is then shifted through a sieve. Two tests, namely the pH and the electrical conductivity test, are practically useful in finding out the characteristic of soil. You can determine the fertility of the soil in your field with the help of different tests. Causes of diminished soil fertility. Diminished means less. First, soil pH less than 6 or higher than 8. Second point, low proportion of organic matter. Third cause, no proper drainage of water. Fourth, repetitive cultivation of the same crop. And fifth, continuous use of saline water. And the last one, excessive use of chemical fertilizers and pesticide. Because of all of these reasons, the fertility is becoming less in the soil. 5th of December is celebrated as World Soil Day. We have to make certain efforts to conserve soil, because we know as soil is an essential part of our environment, as the plant grows in the soil and we are dependent on our plant. Children, you will try to complete your assignment that is given from your textbook, page number 25. You will write this question answers in your science notebook. The answers are as follows. Thank you.